Welcome back to Live with Lori. Today our guest is Congressman Alan Grayson. We were talking on the break earlier, and we were asking about your favorite show. And of course you said Live with Lori. But,
no, I mean,
your
yes,
second
right.
favorite show.
Well, first of all, let's say we're talking about political shows. The last time I watched TV each week was when Battlestar Galactica was on. I liked that show very much, very dramatic, very personal. But as for political shows, you're number one.
Yay!
You are number one, and I like Rachel Maddow's show.
Rachel Maddow.
Yes, she's on MSNBC. She's on at 9 o'clock on weeknights. And I like it because it's an honest show. I think she makes a lot of sense. And I think that she has respect for her viewers. She doesn't talk down to her viewers. She tries to educate them and at the same time entertain them, which is kind of what I try to do in my job as well.
You know, it kind of leads us into what we were talking about is, you know, we were talking about the press kind of, you know, pitting everybody against each other as far as the Republicans and Democrats. But there are a few things that you guys agree on.
Well, right. I mean, we've agreed so far on 13 Grayson amendments this year.
That's amazing in itself.
And 32 Grayson amendments in committee. If I put anything up to a party line vote, I'm going to lose. The Republicans have more members of the House than Democrats do. So we have to find things in that sweet spot I referred to earlier where people might agree. Not necessarily for the same reasons, but people agree.
Right, and I think that's kind of the key to it. I'm going to have you grab your knife and we're just going to slice these bananas right in here. One of the bills that you actually put up that a lot of the Republicans agreed on as well is the bill about the drones.
Yes.
And you know, if people don't know what that is, could you tell them?
Yes, their drones are unmanned vehicles. The Department of Defense has been buying them for several years. And at this point, they're looking to buy a second generation of them to use in Pakistan and elsewhere. And people have heard about the fact that we use drones to do attacks in Pakistan and Afghanistan and elsewhere. I was concerned because these first generation drones, which are now coming out of service, the Department of Homeland Security, which is domestic, not foreign, Department of Homeland Security was talking about buying those drones and deploying them here in the United States against U.S. citizens. And these have weapons on them. So I introduced an amendment, the Grayson Amendment, to prohibit the Department of Homeland Security from buying weaponized drones. And it passed with overwhelming support. I think it's great. You know, 80,000 years ago when human beings lived in Central Africa, they used to sit around the fire as the food was being cooked and they would talk to each other. And this show recreates that same feeling. The sense that you can sit down, break bread, and talk about your innermost feelings, knowledge, desires, what's important to you. That's what the show manages to recreate. There is something very, very special about combining food and talk. Everyone should do it. I wouldn't be surprised to see if the CNN, MSNBC, Fox News shows start to figure that out, and they're all like this.